in my next form somewhere where they examine them, this one is going to look super nonlinear because of all the time travel and all that. But that isn't the normal experience, so most of them were fairly linear.
Mm-hmm. And so is it then safe to say that the reincarnation cycle has been like hijacked by the secret space programs?
Oh, definitely. Absolutely.
And do you foresee this continuing, or is it egregious and will it be stopped?
I hope it's stopped. Things have improved somewhat in the last 10 or 15 years, so I'm thinking it'll probably at least go down before too much longer. It'll probably be decades, if ever, before it's fully stopped. It takes a long time to remove 150 years of complete insanity.
Mm-hmm. So they are starting to push back the perpetrators. Is that safe to assume?
Some of that, but mostly it's just they finally realized that it's really inefficient and that people are not going to do their jobs as well if you treat them like shit.
Right. So before you're going to stop manufacture, you're probably going to see it get more humane. But would you say that it can be like without any trauma? And is there a way like you would format it?
It depends on certain factors. If you're wanting people to go out and become killers and that's not in their nature, I honestly don't see how you can do that without trauma. If you want people to just do other types of work, which is what I'm pretty sure the majority do, then I don't think there's any reason to traumatize these people into doing it.
Mm-hmm. So just have to ask whether you have seen any demonic possession rituals or been part of any yourself.
I have. It's part of the... This is a thing I can't really say too much about for my own safety, but I have witnessed Moloch rituals because of my family that on the surface, and I don't think they're even aware of any of this, they're normal people, but they also have alters who are part of the family business. Well, not the family business, the bloodline that we're a part of, and I'm not going to say which one, but they are Moloch worshippers. And so I have witnessed a few rituals, not by choice, by the way, but... Yeah.
Would describing the rituals get you in trouble, or just specifying the lineage?
I think I can, if I don't go into too much detail, it's where they sacrifice a person and then drizzle that person's blood over to other people who are having sex. And yeah, it's almost funny how over the top this whole thing is, but that's what it is, and that summons Moloch, and then, yeah.
How did he manifest like? Because I'm guessing it was just a mimicry, not his true appearance, or was it?
It looked like him. It looked like how he's portrayed as a Minotaur person, and he came through a portal. And by the way, he is not a god at all. He is an ET. He's a very powerful ET, psychically. So I can see how people who were as primitive as the people around when he started showing up here would probably have thought he was a god. But...
And what was the end goal of the ceremony, and how did it tie in with the SSP?
The end goal is that he comes in and he gets pleasure from this ritual, and then he'll do favors for the people doing it, usually for the master of ceremonies and his lackeys, or her lackeys in some cases. There are sometimes where it's the mistress of ceremonies. And he'll do things like mind control people into being willing to have sex with this person. He'll make arrangements. I don't know what exactly he does, what power he has to do this, but he'll make arrangements for them to get large amounts of money, and things like that. And it ties in with the SSP because, for one thing, most of the assets are of one of the bloodlines, and there's more than 13, by the way. There's 13 in the Western world. There's several others, maybe up to like 5 in East Asia, in Asia, and there's several in Africa as well. So that's part of it, and also because it was part of the mind fracturing process that everyone goes through.
Okay, what about the many human hybridization programs? Do you know anything about them and how long they've been going on?
They've been going on, I imagine, for as long as humans have been around, because we were part of the reason we were created with so many different ET genomes mixed into us was so that we could interbreed with a lot of different species. That's part of the valuable thing. And
how many do you know about?
Oh gosh, at least hundreds. Most of them involve less than a dozen people who are specially selected by a species to interbreed, but some of them you often hear about the Greys. That one includes many thousands of people. The Zeta Reticulum Greys, I should say. There are several of the reptilian species who do it in pretty big numbers. The Anunnaki do it with the elites, so there's a lot of elites that are half Anunnaki.
Okay, so let's just do a quick run about simulation theory and visualizations. Do you believe you have gotten a technique to differentiate between implants and real memories?
Yes. I will connect to my subconscious when I'm examining.